So the video actually starts inside because I'm trying to make sure my steering wheel is centered. Well, put it in reverse maybe. It shows you a better picture. If I tilt it this way. Yep. Nope, it's a little crooked. I want that yellow line to disappear. There you go. I think I got it. Now, I'm going to jump outside and show you what the car looks like with spacers. So I've already done a part one, which was pretty lengthy. Talked about why wheel spacers, why not. Original specs of the Infiniti FX. At least this is the larger option. Sticks out a little differently. If you've got the 20-inch wheel option or the 18-inch wheel option, you know, maybe you need larger spacers to get the same effect that we want here. But part two, just like I promised, I got something a little more aggressive. And this is what it looks like. This is factory. And this is what it looks like with my new specs. This is 15 millimeters in front and 25 in the back. So basically telling you need, if you want to keep the original specs, just get wheels that are either an offset of like 25, you know. Let's just save that to the end. Let me show you what it looks like first, then we'll talk about what this means for people that are trying to get custom wheels like I am, okay? Whole lot of poke with this one. But see, what's crazy is that from the top, barely anything. The only reason you can which is almost the same amount of poke you could see, just depends on how far you want to go that way or this way, right? The thing that makes this one pop out is that wheel gap. The wheel gap shows you the top of the tire regardless. So whenever you bring the tire or the wheel out further, then you can see way more of the tire exposed. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was sunken in, you would only see till like maybe here, right? So yeah, it's an interesting thing. I think maybe such an aggressive offset is going to work better with people who are going to lower the vehicles. I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good though. I think it looks pretty good. And it's just interesting the way the car is designed. You know, it's still there. You can still see it. Some of it is hidden, some of it is visible at the bottom. Looking at it from the back, yeah, you can't hide the tire now. You can see it throughout. Like, look at that. I'm trying to go for like natural positions of your head. Yeah, you can still see the tire regardless. Now looking at the rear, whole lot of tire. Same thing here. From the top, it disappears. Still pretty interesting thing, you know, with the hole, as I said, it cambers a little bit, but again, you want to see it in its natural environment. Yep. And a whole inch, you know, 25 millimeter being the closest we can get to an inch, you end up seeing quite a lot of tire poking out. My thought is that it's probably not too bad, but still, you might get a little more wind noise with a spec like this. Just a thought. Not 100% sure, but you know. So there it is. I hope this video makes sense for people who are looking at it, trying to see, hey, you know, I would really, really, really love to see somebody with this exact spec. I hope this video is serving you well. As I said, 25 in the back and 15 in front. On stock height, obviously. If I had all the time and resources in the world, I'd make a, you know, large series or long series with all these different configurations. Play with the front with 5, 10, you know, I had 8 in the other video, 5, 10, 15, even 25, just so you can see what it looks like. But since I'm doing this for you, well, I'm doing it for me as much as I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for me as much as I'm doing it for you guys. Well, maybe it should be the other way when you're watching this video. But I'm doing it for my personal benefit as much as I'm trying to share and teach you guys. So I already know that this is a little too aggressive for what I want to do, at least at this height. But making a video like this makes me realize that, maybe I wouldn't mind lowering the vehicle, right? Who knows? Who knows? yeah, it's really, I guess they poke out in an interesting way when you do that. And it goes back to the thing I usually say, that I might not like the final result, or I might want to improve on the final result that manufacturers give us on some of the things that they release to us, but you have to respect the engineering and design and all the different considerations that manufacturers do make whenever they, they release products. I can tell you that as much as I like how the wheel sits like this, I don't like how much tire I can see on top. That is too Jeepish for me. It doesn't look good for a vehicle as sporty as this one. So we need to, visually, you need to make that thing disappear. So one, you bring this down, you lower the vehicle so that this hides this, or you sink this one all the way in there so that it hides in there. And as I said, manufacturers have different considerations. They care about looks a little bit, obviously, that's why we're talking about this. But number two, they also have to make sure that in case you hit a bump so badly, this needs to go in there and articulate in a sensible manner. The front is pretty stiff, not too crazy, but in the back, you can make the back squat so far, you can make the back swallow the tires. So again, this would not work very well, because whenever you lower this, I need to really test it. If I had a tow hitch, I would have tested it, but now I don't, so I don't really have a way to do it. But you want to make sure that when you load the back of your vehicle so heavily that this one can still sink in there without having to interfere with the body panels. And oh, what happened here? Well, I suppose we'll figure it out soon. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video and talk about that part. And I hope, as I said, that if you're watching these videos trying to see how your platform looks like with spacers, I hope the videos that I'm making are achieving that intention. And all the best.